This is Derek Brown from OGRD with another YouTube A Minute or Two with Derek. Today's topic, Cost Sharing 101, so let's get started. Oh, and go Cougs. Cost sharing is defined as the portion of the total project of a sponsored agreement that is contributed by the university and/or other sources but not reimbursed by the sponsor. For example, if we have $100 provided by the sponsor and WSU or third party contributes another $100 to the project, this second portion would be considered the cost share of the $200 total cost. So you may be asking yourself, what can be counted as cost share? Well, you can use things like salaries, wages, and benefits of WSU employees working on the project. The PI or project employee may contribute a portion of their annual salary, along with the benefits and wages, as voluntary cost share. Don't forget the F&A is included as well, but I'll talk more about that later. Graduate Student Research Assistantships. Students on state-funded assistantships are a great source of cost sharing, like this student right up here. He's working on a USDA specialty crop project which requires a 1-to-1 match, or this grad student working on an NSF project. Tuition waivers can also be used for cost share. The WSU Graduate School may provide a tuition waiver for graduate student researchers funded on sponsored programs. These waiver amounts can be counted towards your cost share. Specialized research equipment is another great opportunity to share the cost of equipment with the sponsor. We can cost share our university's contribution to that piece of equipment. And speaking of equipment, maintenance contracts sure can be spendy. Just ask anyone out there in the labs. These costs, which can be counted towards cost share amounts, can sure help us out. You can cost share F&A on cost shared items. We can tack F&A costs onto almost all of the items I've already described, which is a great way for you to grab more dollars. Additionally, non-recoverable F&A can also be used, if the agency will let us. At times, sponsors do not give us all of our F&A. That's the big picture there. They can give us a reduced F&A amount. Can you see it there? That's the small picture. It's kind of small. The difference between those sizes we can count. And lastly, we can use third-party contributions. Those party hat folks on the right might be subcontractors, vendors providing in-kind services, or even volunteer time may be counted towards the necessary amounts. I have listed many of the ways cost share can be applied to a project. Here are a couple tips for the road. Don't cost share more than you have to. It can be a nightmare to track administratively and a burden to report on. Another tip is to remember that you cannot use other federal grant dollars as cost share. This is a common mistake that can be made at the budgeting phase of a proposal. And lastly, do not overcommit anyone to a project. I hope this YouTube has provided some basic helpful information on cost sharing and how it can be applied towards a project. Thank you and go Cougs.